The teachers union is out there trying to block crypto regs. For real, you can't make this stuff up. Now you got XRP being included in a new crypto product launched with presidential ties. We've got ETH making a move. JP Morgan says no crypto winner. This is just a mild pullback and then we're going to roar. We'll talk that. Price action and
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
And bro, you didn't have the lights on during your intro. I know, I was trying to be dramatic because of the teachers union thing. Yeah, they're out now blocking crypto, sending letters to the Senate saying, no, we don't want crypto. It's going to destroy our pension funds. For real. You think the Democrats got to them? Now, before we get into the crypto news, like the mix of red and green on the screen, ETH still up 6% last 24 hours, while XRP is sideways the last 24. The market's doing its own things. We do your comments. You, the viewer, matter most. Andrew Butcher's hanging out that says, wow, today was a good day. Though my heart's a bit cynical nowadays. Mine's not cynical. Mine's more numb to all the pump and dump pain in crypto. And guess what we got later today? Yes, another pump and dump potential activity with Jerome Powell at 2 p.m. Rate cut announcement. At 2:30, he goes on the mic, and we're going to be live streaming the event, so join us later today. Arc2 says, I'm tired of all the clickbait XRP garbage channels. I love it how honest you are. Keeping it real, choo-choo. That's right. $10,000 XRP by Friday. The United States government is going to use XRP. The Federal Reserve is going to move all their money on XRP. Nah, it's all bullshit. Eric Lester says balls. Stinky hairy balls. How about sweaty post-run balls? The Senate sucks massive hairy balls. Clarity has been sitting there since July. We should be making a ton of money right now. Oh well, more time to stack. You rock, Klaus. Keep up the banger videos. It is frustrating. The House passed the Clarity Act in July along with the Stablecoin Act and the Anti-CBDC Act. The only one that's been passed so far is the Stablecoin Act because it requires what? The stablecoin companies to back their stablecoins with government debt. So, of course, the government's going to pimp out what benefits them. BTC, 90,097, E3327, BNB is at 891. XRP, I said at 206, well, Sol's at 137. Volume for the crypto market is... It's okay, 150 billion. Expect volatility to increase later today. Inflows, barely had any, but we had some, a little bit over $250 million in inflows between BTC and ETH. The last 30 days, though, have been bad for the institutional and traditional finance money, the ETF scene. Now, Ethereum ETFs, though, are doing good. They hit a 6-week high as investors rotate within crypto, and that's what this is all about, everyone. It's about rotation. Players are rotating. Spot ETH ETFs attracted more than 177 million on Tuesday, hitting a 6-week high according to SoSo value data. That's actually good. Other ETFs like Solana saw inflows as well, 16.5 million. XRP saw 8.7 million. ETF flows are telling a clear story, says Rachel Lynn, suggesting that investors are becoming more selective inside of crypto. So now are the ETFs going to take away from players buying the native token? I mean, think about it. You got an XRP ETF, right? We would rather than buy native token, just XRP directly, but a lot of these players are buying the XRP ETFs. I know, it's frustrating. Money is rotating, and yes, the ETFs are soaking up money. So far, ETF products have scooped up 21.4 billion worth of Ethereum. Now, ETH is making a healthy run, got that chart right here, and after made a healthy run, had a little bit of a pullback, but it's leveled off fairly high. We're happy about that. Now, JP Morgan says, yo, bros, chicks, and blue-haired giraffes. Yeah, we're inclusive in this fucking channel. No more crypto winner. Yeah, macros are kind of messy right now, but they think this is a short-term down push. Is JP Morgan saying this because they own a lot of crypto and they want to make money off of it, so they're trying to pimp it and chill it? It's possible. JP Morgan analysts published new guidance pushing back the idea that the latest drawdown marks a return to the crypto winter. In fact, the bank says this is a meaningful correction. They pointed out several short-term drivers that led to the sell-off. The ETF outflows tied to basis trade unwinds. They think that's going to be done here soon. Liquidations hitting overly leveraged longs. Yeah, we cleared those out. Seasonal illiquidity heading into year, and that's right, at the end of the year, people get a little tight. And soft macros ahead of today's Fed decision. Now, they said that none of these dynamics, though, indicate a structural breakdown in crypto demand. Basically saying, no, the crypto demand is still there. We're just dealing with some macro headwinds right now, which are going to be temporary. And importantly, they noted that institutional interest, real-world adoption, and tokenization efforts remain intact. JP Morgan analysts signaled on Tuesday that BTC and other digital assets could have more room to run despite the fear sparked by the original crypto's plunge over the last month. And remember, right before that, BTC was 126,000 in October. Although some onlookers may be convinced that crypto prices are primed for prolonged downturn, they say no. They say the sell-off the past month triggered worries throughout crypto. But those are temporary. Now, the teachers union demands the Senate to halt the crypto bill. Wait, what? Yeah, I think the Dems got to the teachers union. And you're like, bro, what do you mean the Dems? So I've been covering a lot of the stuff with regs lately. And I bring you news from both sides of the aisle. Patrick McHenry, Republican, head of the House Financial Services Committee, sucked balls. Democrats suck balls with crypto. So I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democratic, Independent, or blue-haired giraffe. If you suck at your job, you suck, and I'll call you out. If you're good, I'll call you out on that too. I'll give you praise. But right now, it's the Dems that are saying no. Of all the quotes that I've been given and all the coverage I've been giving on the regs update, all the Dems have said no, while all the Republicans have said yes. Teachers union demands the Senate halt crypto bill to protect a $39 trillion retirement market. Weingarten wrote that the AFT, which represents 1.8 million members, opposes legislation due to what it describes as profound risk to working families' retirement plans. She stated that the recent draft circulating within the committee, we're talking about crypto, stripped the few safeguards that exist for crypto and will dilute long-standing investor protections embedded in traditional securities laws. Basically thinking, if we get crypto regs, it's going to melt down the entire retirement market. One of the key concerns highlighted by the union is the provision that would allow non-crypto corporations to place their stock directly on blockchain rails. So if they were to tokenize their stock, that means all these teachers union stocks might become worth less. Because instead of players buying the stocks from the stonk market, they would be buying tokenized versions. So now you've got a big group of people out here with a lot of power and a lot of money saying, guess what? We don't want crypto because it's going to destroy the stock market and our retirement accounts. The banks don't want crypto either because it'd take away a lot of money and control from them. By the way, I've got the letter right here from the Education, Healthcare, Public Services. Oh, God. Yeah, this is basically a whole letter saying about how crypto is going to ruin everyone's lives. Now, XRP rips hard on Donald Trump's blue chip ETF inclusion. Oh, is this more hopium bullshit? Yes, it is. Because here we are, back at where the rip started. And was it really a rip? We went from 205 to like 217. We're right now at 206, right? So think, here's the pumperoni that happened yesterday. We got up here, pulled almost all the way back down to the original. Look at ETH. ETH pumped, pulled down just a little bit. Only lost $100 on that, staying well above where it was at the 3,100 mark. HBAR, not as bad as XRP, but lost most of its gains as well. Surely, the basket is dominated by BTC. Yes, why? There's a new Truth Social linked ETF. It's already live on the SEC's website, and it includes BTC, ETH, SOL, XRP, and Crow. Why does it include Crow? Because the Trump family made a massive, massive investment in Crow. Surely, the basket is dominated by BTC, encircling roughly 70%, while ETH takes up 15%. So 70% BTC, 15% ETH, 8% for SOL, 5% for Kronos, and 2% for XRP. That's it, 2% only. So, little hopium title, XRP rips hard. No. Crypto ripped hard yesterday on what? News that we were going to get a cut and news that we were going to get regs done, that they had the votes to get it through subcommittee. Now, besides XRP, the coin is already garnering exposure in the Hashdex NASDAQ crypto index, now consuming 6.4% of it. That's a good thing. But the problem is we're seeing a lack of support with native token. Volume for XRP up 57% to 4 billion. So the volume is healthy right now, but the price is going down to where we were before the pumperoni even happened. Pumps and dumps, kids. Because that's what this crypto market is all about. But wait a minute, broskies and chickskies. It's Wednesday. Happy hump day, December 10th. $10,000 XRP by Friday. No. But you do have players out there launching XRP ETF products. Now, why would Truth Social linked ETF want to launch a product that includes XRP, SOL, ETH, ADA, CRO? Because it makes them money. See, they make money on the action, on the sales, on the release of that ETF, on the management of it. So maybe these teachers unions are correct in their fear with crypto. So the teachers union is freaked out that crypto is going to take away money from retirement accounts because of tokenization of those stocks. Meanwhile, maybe we should all be freaking out that these ETF products are taking away buying from native token as well. Oh, it's all about leeching money, and there's only so much money to go around. So with these ETFs having protection, more disclosures, are they garnering more attention than crypto? Are they taking away buying power of native token? Trust me, there's billions of inflow with these altcoin ETFs. To be honest, I like it. To be even more honest with you, I would like it better, though, if these players bought crypto native tokens directly instead of these ETFs. Then maybe XRP would be worth more than $2.06 and HBAR worth more than 13.7 cents. So the teachers union is pushing back on the Senate because crypto might do damage to the stock market. Well, the ETFs might be doing damage to crypto. So what an interesting dynamic we have going on, where these players, the teachers, are like, yo, tokenization is going to be bad for us. In fact, we've seen other exchanges out there, stock exchanges, say, yo, we don't want tokenization as well either because you're going to be taking money away from us. And that's what this is all about right now. Who's garnering the money and the control? A little bit of dust floating around in the old bedroom today. I see it in the cam. Now, in terms of price, look, it's been pumps and dumps. Certain things have pumped and held while others have pumped and dumped. It's frustrating, I know. Hopefully we get more clarity today, not via reg, see what I did there, but with Jerome Powell and the Fed. They're expected to cut it a quarter, but it's what he says afterwards that matters most. Are they going to cut it again in January? Are we done for a while because inflation is rearing its ugly head and things are flashing red? So we got a lot happening, but JP Morgan is saying, yo, these are short-term headwinds. Don't worry about that. We're still bullish. We still think there's going to be way more juicy price action. So choo-choo what? Well, hopefully the ETFs aren't taking too much oomph from us. And hopefully XRP and HBAR can start moving back. So, happy hump day. I'll see you later on the live stream, and choo-choo bitches.